And we're back, everyone, for the third hour of A Song of Tara. So, two murder spirits, murder banes, scrags as it was, just saw us and legged it. And we're still trying to kind of figure out if we can help Liffey or not.
Yes. Well, after they leg it, basically, I'm going to ask Taryn to please give me a, perception plus occult roll from you. Oh, so not perception, perception plus occult.
Why?
That seems like an odd combination.
No, it's very real. It's definitely a thing. It's even cited in the book, I believe.
Yep.
Oh, is it for noticing spirits or something?
It's for noticing something out of the ordinary or something, in this case, something spiritual.
Okay. I'll try. What's the difficulty?
Let's say it's 5.
Well, it doesn't really matter because I can't put in the difficulty anyway.
Oh, nice.
Well, I have 3.
3 successes, not bad.
Ooh, shit, Cat, you surprised me. You jumped over the side.
Cat, what's she doing here?
Yeah.
No idea.
So you could certainly use her right now. There's nothing else to chase down those scrags. You realize that Liffey is trying to talk to you, but she's not strong enough to do so. You are going to have to feed her if you want to be able to reach her.
I actually kind of figured that out, but I needed to know what they saw. In any case, what you see is Taryn lighting up blue, and then she starts feeding Liffey.
Yes, so you give her a point of gnosis.
And if that's not enough, she gets 2.
Yeah, no, but 1 is enough for the time being. The blue light from around you burns away the filth and the slime and the oily black goo in the river around you, and in an area of maybe 5 or 6 meters diameter, the river is just pristine, perfect blue. It's absolutely perfect.
If only it was that easy.
However, as I said, it's about 5 or 6 meters worth of this, and then behind Taryn, downriver, it flows together again, and it gets sticky and icky and ew again.
So it kind of looks like an eye opening in the river.
It does, with her as the iris.
Very cool. I love that.
So a multicolored iris.
Yeah. And for just a moment, you can all hear this audible, relieved sigh.
It's very nice. So can she make herself understood to her now? Liffey.
The Liffey is suddenly this blue lady rises out of the water again in front of Taryn. And Taryn, you're suddenly standing on dry ground. There's as she rises, she pulls all the water in this eye into herself.
Okay.
So you're now standing on dry ground, and you are absolutely filthy. You're covered in this disgusting stuff that the river was, but it slowly fades away and drains off you onto the ground and vanishes. And she says, "This is not going to last for very long. They are pumping me full of their toxins. Not here, at their facility. It doesn't matter, the waters are still mine."
At their facility, the new one?
Yes, and they're gonna put that water back into me, but it will be so ruined, it'll kill me. Please, stop them.
Taryn makes a salute and realizes he just splashed a very filthy hand in her face.
Nah, it's not filthy anymore. It's clean by now.
Covered in tar sticking to your head. Ugh.
Yeah, now you can't. Exactly. Now that didn't happen. Your hand is clean like the rest of you at this point.
We'll be right on it.
And let's see if we can't get Chris back in the call.
He is back in the call.
Chris!
Can we hear you, Chris?
Talk to
I don't know.
Yay! Holy smokes! Clear, loud and clear. Excellent.
Taryn made pretty water.
So you've been gone a little while. Do you want to catch up with what's happened?
As long as it can be done very quickly.
What was the last thing that happened? When you were here?
We were making our way off to go and speak to Liffey in the first place, or I get the impression we're now speaking to her.
Yes.
Yep.
They got in. In short, what happened was everybody got into the Umbra. Taryn jumped into the Liffey, tried to communicate with her, couldn't. She saw strands of blue spiritual energy in the water, but most of it was just black sludge and green slime and stuff. And it was clear that it was trying to communicate with her, but couldn't. As the rest of them were standing on the banks, they saw a couple of white greyhound-like spirits with really weird heads and no eyes appear on the other side of the river. They identified them as Banes, as something called Scrags, or some variety of Scrags. They're murder spirits. But they didn't attack. They just took one look, tasted the air, and ran away. Because of the distance, they wouldn't be able to reach them very easily, so they didn't chase. And instead, Taryn expended Gnosis in the water and burnt away some of the filth, and has just been told by the same very beautiful water lady that spoke to her in St. Stephen's Green, that Amarach that the water that they've taken from her is still hers, and that they are filling it with pollutants and poisons and stuff at their facility, and they are planning to pump it back into her, and that will kill her. So she's pleading with you to stop them.
I just butt in for a moment and just voice my agreement sort of with Jorn when she says that those murder spirits had really weird heads. There was definitely something fishy about them.
Har.
Har.
Yeah, but she can't dog us XP for what I say because she's given me a white card.
Yep, I have.
Yeah, and questions the way we're almost about to channel the Fenner.
What? No, I would never do that outside of the written chat.
Anyway, yeah, so far it's Taryn talking with her, and unless you have spirit speech, you can't really understand it. But she has just saluted the lady of the river.
Are you sure you're not referring to the lady in the water? Oh, bad movie reference! Yay!
What?
You know what? It's probably best you don't see it. It's a Shyamalan movie. Don't bother.
Oh no.
Okay. Anyway, she's saluting the lady while speaking gibberish to her.
Yes. So?
Do you come back out of the river?
Well, the only thing she says is, we'll be right on it. Don't worry, Liffey. And then she moves to go inland again.
You should make up an excuse to ask her to be our totem.
We can do that once we saved her, then she owes us one.
But maybe right now she has a very real interest in us being as powerful as possible.
How much have we heard about having totem spirits?
Oh, a lot.
And is it something all packs do?
Almost all, yes.
You're gonna leverage it on her?
Then she might actually think about it. So, I will roll a wisdom.
Yep.
There is no wisdom stat.
So that will be wits.
Yeah.
So I will...
Don't you have common sense?
I don't
Isn't
have...
that kind of the same thing? Oh, okay.
I don't have it. So I will see, yeah, she knows 8, 9, 8, 10.
Yeah.
So she looks over at the other guys. Guys?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sorry.
Bill.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts about totem spirits?
None.
They're
What's
cool.
going on?
Not yet.
He looks at Liffey, and then over them. What about Liffey?
What
about
about her?
As our totem spirit.
Can she do that?
She looks up at Liffey. Could you be our totem?
Be right back.
As you ask that, the energy begins to, or she begins to. You can see how the black and green starts running up through her form to dissolve her aggressively, and she just screams in pain, really very, very real pain, and it's basically, it sounds like the sort of agony that someone would be in if they stuck their arm in a bonfire. And
werewolf standing in a river of silver.
And yeah, exactly. And she doesn't have time to answer you. All she says, all the last thing she says before she comes apart in this sludge again is please.
She just nods. And sends her feelings to her that, sorry, we'll go fix this now. Then she climbs up. She might be strong enough for it. She's at least very, very old, and she's lived this far, so she could be our totem spirit. But we need to stop this before they kill her.
So,
we're going to the new facility to break havoc.
Does anyone know where that is, or do we have to look it up online?
I'm pretty sure everyone will know where the new facility is, so I could always look it up online.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm back. So, what's
Welcome
happening?
back, Aaron. Was it a good whiz?
Yeah.
Stop whizzing on people, it's not nice.
So, anyone decided anything?
Stop asking
So
about
we have a
Aaron's
totem?
genitals, damn it.
Basically, Taran asked her if she could be our totem, and Liffey just responded by pleading with us to save her.
If we let them get any further and they pump the water back, Liffey is dead.
So what we've learned here is that Taran needs to get more dots in subterfuge and intimidation, so she can start leveraging shit on spirits. Oh, you're going to die. Yeah, I hear you. Now, hand over the keys to paradise, or you are gonna die.
How very Shadow Lord of you.
Thank
No,
you. Thank you.
it's just a matter of... Oh, you want us to save you? We would love to, but could we maybe have some more power to help us succeed in saving your life?
That is also that is the
Your
subterfuge
Liffey life?
alternative to the intimidation roll.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
we'll get back to playing so we actually have time to play.
Let's do it.
Yes.
So what exact message is Taran conveying when she emerges out of the water, right? Is it a message of, guys, we need to go right this instant, or...
Can you hear me?
Of course I didn't hear you. I was not here.
I said it after you came back too.
Okay, let's hear it again.
We need to go save Liffey.
Okay.
If we wait more, she will be killed.
Where do we go? My bad again. Where do we go?
To the new facility and wreak havoc. They're polluting the waters they stole with a lot of shit, and they're planning to pump it back and kill her.
Okay.
Taran, be a dear and look up the address, will you?
I look up the address while we're walking.
There's no bother. I think I know where it is.
Yeah, I probably do too.
Yep.
But we still need to know exactly what way to go.
Well,
Where is it?
I'm not assuming we get good cell coverage in the Umbra.
no, you don't.
No.
But
I
But,
could, because we
I was about to say you don't, but Taran does.
You see that she takes out her cell and starts looking around.
And then a couple of small spider-like creatures come crawling along the road and up onto her shoulder. And when you look closer, you can see that they're made up of wiring and print plates.
Aaron turns like a big man-wolf head at her, like two narrow, like yellow eyes narrowing. Says, "You can use that in here."
Taryn turns the phone around and shows him the map with the biggest route to the place.
Yep.
I know where it is. Use that thing to warn the others.
Warn the others? She looks at the others in the pack. But they already know.
Not them, idiot. The Sept.
Oh, right, the Sept. She starts writing SMSs.
Yeah.
Hey, she just spent another Gnosis point today. She's getting tired.
Yeah, we all
She's
are.
allowed to.
Is that where we're headed?
Alright.
So
Well, that's
we're
close.
dogs, basically.
So I want to say, despite being relatively hurried, Aaron's going to suggest, or he's going to,
Well,
with great determination, kindly suggest that we walk slowly and like between the permanent structures of the Umbra and kind of work with cover and try and spy our way before we move. So we don't, because we're approaching enemy territory, right? So whatever this looks like in the Umbra might be worse than actually in the what it would be to attack it in the Tellurian.
do we go stealth mode?
I think so. I think Aaron says that, and I think he then like relies on the Ragabash to kind of have our backs on this.
Taryn doesn't. Well, does. How good is Fenna at stealthing?
She's amazing.
I was about to say, if I remember right, she's fucking awesome at it.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
That means a dice pool of 6.
Well,
pretty good.
Taryn has a dice pool of 5, and she got 4 successes out of it.
So what we want to do, in my opinion, is we have like Aaron is not stealthy. I'm assuming Connell is not stealthy. I'm guessing Shiva is not stealthy.
It depends. If it's dexterity plus stealth, she's actually quite good.
Okay, and I'm
And
guessing...
again, dice pool 5.
Connell has 6 dots and dexterity plus stealth. So.
Okay. So
So it's just Aaron who sucks.
yeah, in that case, what I suggest we do is basically we have someone scout and then tell us when the coast is clear, so that those among us who suck at stealth don't have to test it, right? Because we don't want to be like for example, Aaron doesn't want to be the big fat guy trying to sneak between light posts.
But he is.
When in fact we could just move when no one's looking.
Yep.
So-
And,
yeah.
So who do you send?
I want to say the scout should be Fenna. Scouting far enough that she can like look if the coast is clear, but without us losing sight of her. That's Aaron's suggestion.
Yeah, that isn't very far once you get in between the buildings.
No, that's perfectly fine. We can move in short bursts.
Yeah, she's going to be something like maybe 5 or 6 meters ahead of the rest of you that way.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yep. Just so you know.
Sure.
Taryn, by the way, holds on to the spider so she knows when they answer her.
Question?
Yep.
Chris, are you still here?
Yeah.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Well, you move towards, and I pinged several times before. I hope everyone saw.
Polythermit?
Yeah, exactly. It's at Ballyfermot, and it's right over the F.
Alright.
That's where you're heading.
So, out of game question, because
Yes.
Taryn doesn't know, but is that the way the dogs were running?
No.
Good.
The dogs were on the other side of the river and were running up towards Castle Knock.
Yeah, but I just had to make sure, because if
Yep.
it was them, and they ran that way, then maybe they knew we were coming.
I don't like that. I live in Castleknock.
A lot of people live in Castleknock.
You know what? I like that we are headed for the F, because that's where they're effing everything up.
Wah.
Wah, wah. Yes.
Helle, I think you should really distill them so we get a really good one and get extra experience instead of the small ones everywhere.
So, storyteller,
Yes.
are we troubled on our approach, or do we just cut to us looking at the plant from
You're
the
not
building?
troubled, but you do have a harder and harder time getting where you are going, because the amount of refuse and broken down buildings and collapsed walls and pools of foul-smelling sludge and slime that looks like it's going to eat the flesh off you if you step into them, that sort of thing gets thicker and thicker the closer you get to it.
What I'm hearing you say, aside from like setting a very interesting and creepy scene, is that it becomes harder to navigate?
Yes, it does.
Hey guys, I just had a fallout.
Oh, hi. So basically what Jones said is that it gets nasty and creepy as we approach.
Yeah, and it gets harder and harder to navigate. You moving between buildings and in side alleys and so on eventually becomes next to impossible because the everything is just littered with debris and detritus, and it's the only places. Even if you go by the main roads, you have overturned cars. You have massive amounts of disgusting refuse lying in the street, including a number of corpses that are just decomposing and seem to have been for quite a while.
Ew.
Okay, so
Process of what?
Human beings.
Ew.
we found some serial killer's stash. It's just been there for a long time, so it's bleeding into the Umbra. We go out there, we're gonna find like a salt container for salting the roads in winter and open it. It's just gonna be like the severed heads of 4 people in there. Yikes.
Who else is in on the vote to ban Daniel's imagination from this game?
That sounds like a good idea.
What you see at the end of the road is a big, modern-looking water plant. It is pristine white. It looks completely out of place in this otherwise dirty and disgusting and horrible place. It's almost too clean. And of course, they have this fence all the way around, this wire fence all the way around. And yes, you can see movement on the grounds.
So, as we approach, because you described it as like we established that it gets harder and harder to navigate, which in Aaron's mind also means it gets harder and harder to escape if we get like boxed in.
Yes.
Yep.
So, as we move, Aaron takes note of shiny surfaces and places where we can escape the Umbra and get back in the Tellurian.
Yes, good idea. There are several places along the way that you could do that.
Including, and Aaron would know this, Taryn always have a mirror with her.
Do you have a dedicated mirror? Because otherwise it's not going to be there in the Umbra.
Alright, then
True.
it is dedicated. Probably with her outfit.
Yeah, I would allow that.
Would you also allow that Fenna has a dedicated mirror, considering how often she slips into the Umbra?
Yeah, definitely her. No question about it. She needs a way to be able to get back out, damn it.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Alright, then in that
I
case
just imagine Taryn asking for it because
we're quite a bit
convenient
safer.
is convenient.
Alright, so you said there were guards patrolling the grounds?
Yes, well, movement at least. You can't really tell at this distance what it is, but something is moving on the grounds.
Alright, so I'm assuming we're going to want to look for a way inside, right? You guys?
Yeah.
Cool. So, is someone going to pick up that particular hot potato?
Nope.
Sure.
Can we see the entrance?
Yes, you can.
Are there more than one visible entrance?
No, not from where you're standing, but there's a gate in the there's a gate in the perimeter fence. It looks like it's an electrified fence. And now that you have time to study it, you can see that there's something like you would guess that there's probably a dozen guards in there, so something like 10 or 12 guards. They're not all visible at the same time. Obviously, they're patrolling. They do look human, at least at this distance.
So that
which in itself is
still
weird.
in the Umbra.
Yes, that's exactly the point.
You think it would be easier getting in from the Tellurian?
I think if we walk in from the Tellurian, being big, scary werewolves, we don't
have to be big scary werewolves.
I think that's the only way it will be easier getting in there. We can have a look. I mean, we seem to be relatively safe here. Try peeking through the gauntlet. We'll keep watch. See if it looks heavier guarded on the outside than on the inside.
Terran does that.
Yes. While you do that, and it looks pretty much the same on the other side. Not the same guards, obviously, but probably about the same number. What the rest of you see while she's checking that is that there's almost like a rift in reality in front of you, and these two white greyhound scrag thingies jump out, look around, taste the air, and bolt towards the facility.
Thank you, Liffey, for not being our totem right now, so we could have had no smell.
So...
Don't thank her. Thank Taran, who's terrible at that stuff.
I mean, describe the situation to us. These creatures, are they, like... what's the context of what's happening here? Are they close to us? Are they far from us?
No, they're almost at the gates.
Okay, so they're quite a ways away.
Yeah.
Cool.
They don't seem, I mean, obviously they can't see you because they don't have eyes, but they don't seem to notice you when they come out. They just, cool. they taste the air and then they turn immediately and run towards the facility.
Cool. And Taran reports back saying what?
Looks about the same. The only difference is here we don't end up killing innocent, but we do in the Tellurian.
I agree. We might be better off in here.
Yeah.
Or we might not. Do you guys, he says looking to Taran and Finna, do you still have your getaway cards?
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, Shiva?
Yeah?
We should probably find a way to talk your dad into finding another job.
I'm already planning on that.
Keep your head in the present. We need to figure a way in there. We need to do so now before they pump poisons into Liffey.
I'll talk to you about it later when this is done, Taran. Okay.
But how do we get in, Fenna?
I could probably cut the circuits so it's no longer liquefied. Then we can get in anywhere.
Well, that's an idea.
And Fenna is good at finding the best place to do that. You can get in anywhere. She gives her a smirk. Which is kind of scary because she's in Hispo and there's a lot of teeth.
Working from the surrounding area, the area surrounding the plant, is there some place where we could jump from the roof of one of the structures and feasibly make it across the fence?
Yes, there is actually. I would say that yes. Okay. If you do so in Hispo, you would have the strength to jump the fence.
That's at least worth considering because that we might run the risk if we if we cut the power that someone's gonna notice.
But is it actually electrified in the Umbra as well?
I mean, it's probably not powered by coal, right? But maybe if we follow the trail, we might find lightning spirits chained up in generators or something.
Yep, that sort of thing exists.
So Taran will try to find that place.
While you guys are looking, you do find buildings that are where you could clearly make the jump. The trick is you would also be spotted. There's no question that you would be spotted if you did it.
Then we kind of need a good way out.
Yes. But as you investigate the what's it called? The
Perimeter?
The perimeter. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. That was very helpful. While you are, in fact, looking at the perimeter, you see something which is it is absolutely mind-numbingly horrifying.
Huh?
I'm considering my mind numb. What is it?
And I'm kind of looking up a link to a specific picture here. And once I have that, I shall link it to you.
Okie doke.
Because this... come on, this thing is really not cooperating right now. God damn it. Okay, I am going to do this in a slightly different way because I have to.
Just drop
I can't.
it into the Roll20.
I can't. I'm dropping it into the Skype chat here, so you guys will be able to see the picture here.
Why is it insanely long, the link?
No, but it didn't allow me to link to it for some reason.
No.
Oh, yikes.
Nexus?
Yeah, my instinct is that's a Nexus crawler.
Yes, it is.
Oh, if you look, there is actually a tiny, tiny person that it's looking at. If you follow its gaze down.
Oh, shit!
You'll
Oh,
see
that's how
it's
big it
a tiny,
is.
tiny person.
Mhm.
So, what's a Nexus crawler?
It's the worst thing in the book. Don't fight it.
It is the worst spirit in the book whatsoever. It's not quite the one you see looks like this. It's about half the size of what it is in this
That's
picture.
still fucking scary.
It has some, like, I seem to recall it has an ability, like, just casually printed on there that's called Break Reality.
Alter reality. It literally allows it to spend a point of its spiritual energy, and then it changes reality in whatever way it wants, including turning your blood to silver.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
this is the kind of enemy that gives even the mages a run for their money.
But
Yeah.
it does have the sort of design that it would be pretty cool for Werewolf the Apocalypse doing Shadow of the Colossus.
I mean, this is definitely what we will be fighting in the big battles, right? In the great battles to come and in the great battles of the past. Some of these things have been felled, and those are the greatest tales.
Yes, but right now
Now we have 6 clear. Let's go.
Yeah,
Well,
but it does it rises out of the behind the building. You can literally see it rising over the edge of the building.
Sharon snaps a picture.
And then, it makes sense. She's got documentation of what the fuck they have in there now.
Yeah.
And
She's taking pictures of everything and a couple.
Make it a selfie. She turns around and takes a selfie with it.
Sure, why not? She takes a selfie. Yeah.
Just like making like forced perspective, so it looks like she's kissing it on the cheek.
No.
No.
I'm having
she's
Game
flipping
Grumps
it
with
with her.
flashbacks.
She's actually flipping it with her.
can I
Yeah,
continue,
go on.
Yeah.
please? Thank you.
Please do.
It rises. You can see it over the roof of the building, and then it screams.
Mm.
I'm imagining this
Wonderful.
isn't going to be a nice normal scream.
Oh no! It's ear splitting. It shakes the ground literally. A couple of the oldest, most decrepit buildings around you collapse.
And
It's-
does that
Can we
include
please
the
go
one we're in?
No.
Good.
No. But several older buildings that are mostly ruins anyway just crumble to dust under the force of this this bestial sound that it makes.
Can we please go into the Tellurian?
And then it collapses.
It collapses.
What?
Tarzan, that collapsed. It screamed. Something killed it on the other side.
Killed it, or maybe siphoned it into water?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Maybe.
Oh shit!
That means we have to go to the other side of the building. That's where it's happening.
No, we need to make a decision now. We either attack the facility and stop this, or we attack the trucks as they leave.
Yeah, but 13 trucks full of water? I mean, I can stop them all. But who's to say that they don't have that and innocence and whatever they go back?
I don't want people to die, Taran. Why am I using... I don't want people to die, Taran. But I will kill as many as it takes if we can save Liffey.
Same.
Connell and I can take out an engine block in a single swing, so that's not the issue. The thing is, we need to decide quickly. And I think he's saying this as he's kind of like... He's holding his temples and kind of working his way through disorientation from the scream. He sounds pained when he says it.
All of you have a feeling like your fur stands on end, and you have this slightly painful experience of having a really bad shiver, where all the little hairs on your neck stand up. You can kind of taste something sulfuric on the air. You've seen or you've felt that once before when. Or at least something close to it, when Alistair McAlpin breathed fire on the lot of you. It was the same kind of smell and the same kind of scent.
Well, Finna is fighting to keep her tail from going between her legs.
Fox frenzy!
Yeah, Aaron turns to the group and kind of like looks expectant at them. We need a decision. And from what Taran has told us, we need it now.
We have no idea how long it'll take them to finish the water thing.
Which is more practical?
Something moves. Something huge moves outside the building that you're currently in.
What is it?
It's the Nexus crawler that rises again, but it is leaving.
How does that look? Like, is it just physically trampling buildings, or is it like
it's
slurping?
It's crushing buildings wherever it goes.
Okay.
So we need to go.
It's bleeding.
Oh.
Whatever can do that to that, I don't want to face it.
We might have to.
It could have been, sort of consensual, if you can say it like that, because it wants Liffey dead too, I'm pretty
You're losing sight of what's important. Decide.
I still say kill the stuff now, instead of waiting for the trucks. I will not run the risk of killing Shiva's father.
Or any other innocents, but thank you, Taran.
But that's kind of the idea. We know he works there. He might as well be this chauffeur again, and what will we do then?
Okay. In that case, Taran, can you get us through the perimeter?
I need to find where they hooked up this ship.
We've been around it a bit. Have she spotted anything that could help her?
Yes. There are. However, it is on the inside of the perimeter, but there are generator boxes in there. So, presumably, if you were to jump over the fence near where that is, she could disconnect it, enabling you to escape more easily.
Is the inside like a complete kill zone, or is it cluttered with stuff that we could foreseeably hide behind as we approach the building?
It's a kill zone.
Okay. Well, in that case, we have to jump it, right? We have to jump it or go through the door.
Yeah, if we jump it, we get the jump of them.
If we jump it, Joan, which one? I'm assuming the path of most resistance is through the front entrance.
Yeah, that would probably. Well, it's if you want to get in there, then either you have to go over the fence or through the gate.
All right. Then the question, as far as I'm concerned, is if we jump it from the building that is best suited to that purpose, make for the cable boxes and crush them, and then get inside. Is that going to take us much more time between us getting spotted and getting to the door than it would if we just try and bash down like the outer gate and run directly for the building?
It would probably be pretty much the same sort of thing.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like there would be much difference, really.
Strictly speaking, with the weird fish dogs, they probably already know we're here.
They might. Nevertheless, let's go now then.
Yep.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joan, I know my inspiration gift lasts for a scene, but would a scene in this case constitute us attacking the facility?
Yes, it would.
Okay. In that case, that Aaron activates that ability, he activates that gift, as he says, alright, let's get ready. Go.
No, use our motto!
And, yeah. Yeah, sure. Right. He speaks the motto of our group because she was suggested that.
Yes.
And,
We bear unbowed our endless plight.
Yeah.
Yes.
As quoted from Taliesin.
To which Taliesin would just to abbreviate it and to give his consent, would nod back and just say, unbowed.
Damn right. And, yeah, so everyone gets a temporary willpower
that's a good
point.
name that's actually a good name for a pack. The Unbowed.
Could
There you
also
go.
work, yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Everyone has a temporary willpower point you can spend during this attack on the facility, and I think we just want to jump from the best building and try and clear the fence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that is entirely doable, and you have enough time to get into Hispo so you can do it. All of you. You don't need to roll for that. You have you can while you move up the stairs to get to this roof, that works. And with, a good running start, you all manage to clear the fence, unless somebody wants to do something beforehand.
I would like to just take a piece of long, sharp-looking debris.
Yeah.
And just grab it in my jaws before I jump.
Yes.
Because I don't want to tear into electric boxes with my hands.
Smart move.
But
So-
if it's spirits they have trapped, it's just a matter of freeing them.
It might be just a matter of freeing them, but we will be just freeing them under fire. So instead of, opening the door, I was thinking breaking it. And I don't want to do that with claws out while it's conducting X 100,000 volts.
Yeah.
He's a smart puppy.
He's not a
So,
puppy anymore, damn it.
Yeah, that's the point. All right.
so what happens is you do that and you jump over. You all do. You all clear the what's it called? The fence in a very epic kind of way.
But the Daredevil's a little more epic.
The Daredevils are, in fact, because I actually had an idea for the two of you.
You backflip.
No. What the rest of you guys do is you jump the fence because it's really fucking necessary to focus, especially for Aaron, who's now carrying extra unbalancing weight with him. But you still manage to get across. You all land on the ground on the other side. Except for Fenna and Connell, who basically, as they run, they just have this moment where they look at each other and there's this big wolfy grin. and then they land on there are several towers around there as well. That's and they land on one of the nearest towers instead. And the guy who's in the tower, one of the guards, never has a chance to say or to make a sound really to warn anyone. He has his back turned when you start your run to jump. When he turns around, he's basically got a face full of two-getter Fenris. He doesn't have a chance.
Wonderful.
So wait, what kind of creature is the guy in the tower? We're in the...
He's a
Umbra.
Fomor. He's a Fomor.
Okay.
There's no question, and he is in fact a kind of Fomor that rings familiar. His face looks like it's been slashed from the nose down, and he's been skinned. So he looks a lot like the other Fomori that you've been fighting recently. This basically like they're all a all a type in one way or another.
The simple faces.
And but he doesn't have a chance to shout any kind of alarm before he's crushed.
Does that accord us a few extra moments?
Yes, it does.
Wonderful. Good job, guys. I guess we just make for and try and break the generators before we bolt for the entrance.
Yes,
Yeah.
and because you have these two guys with Daredevil, you have time to get to the generators and break them before the alarm goes up.
Perfect.
And then the alarm does go up.
Then,
Alright.
then the SMS she sent for Cat was actually pretty accurate.
Yep.
All right. As the alarm goes off, it's just, of course, just shouting to the group, "Get in the door!" And then we just make for the entrance, killing anything in our path.
Yes, and at this time you come under fire. Not
Yeah, sure.
And this is one of those situations where I'm going to ask, as I say, for a couple of rolls, and then we'll have narration.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
So,
yeah, how do you figure you will want to run this?
I would like to see each of you. I want to know if any of you will be spending rage during this.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I want to say, like, should we establish stakes? Like, what happens if we win? What happens if we lose?
You are fairly badly outnumbered.
Yeah.
And they do have the two scrags in there.
Hmm?
And while the individual Fomori can be ripped to pieces fairly quickly, you've already proven that you're able to do that. They are armed, and two scrags are no slouches.
No, it's not. Hard encounter.
Well, in that case, I'll also be spending some rage.
But
Yes.
yeah, what are the stakes here? If I'm assuming, like, if you're gonna want to make this a contested roll, like with them being one dice pool, us being another.
No, actually, not like that. I'm going to ask you to do 2 attack rolls each, and if you are, 2 rolls. And I'm going to ask you to define whether they are going to be attack or defense or one of each. And then I'm going to make a couple of rolls for the guards and so on.
Can you just paint us a picture of the scene right now?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
You have destroyed the generators. There is no longer any electricity flowing into the fence. That at least is a huge advantage for you. And it does give you a way of escaping by, should any of you be in Krenos, it'll be like going through rice paper, going through that stuff. So it doesn't present an obstacle anymore. But people there are something like, I'll say there are 9 guards left outside. That isn't too bad in itself, except for the fact that they're spread out and they have firearms. So you can't, bundle them up and kill them all in one round. They have time to shoot and stuff. On top of that, there are things inside.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think our motive here is not to clear the outside at all. Our motive is to get inside.
Get inside, yes. And at least the scrags are inside because you saw them enter.
Alright, so I'm sorry, I'm still a bit foggy on what exactly the rules of the engagement are.
I would like for each of you to make a decision on, are you going to attack full force, no thought of defense? Or are you going to be somewhat cautious? Or are you going to be ultra cautious?
I personally
Yeah.
am going to write up 1 point of willpower to activate lightning reflexes.
Oh, good idea. Yes.
So that from now on I don't have to spend willpower to deflect to a defensive.
Very good.
Sense.
And you can use that extra willpower you got for that.
Yep. And so now I can just go on the offensive.
I want to suggest that we just full force attack it, because that seems like what we are doing. That seems like to be what we stated our intent to be, was to get in there, crush the box, and get in the door. Mm-hmm. And you described it as a kill zone, meaning we can't really step by step it inside. We just have to make. The longer we stay outside being defensive, the longer they get to shoot at us.
It's a reasonable suggestion.
Okay.
That was my plan from the get-go. So she was a full attacker.
Okay.
And so is Svenna. That's
Same.
why I just spent
Right.
willpower.
Connell, say what?
Connell is full offense as well.
Yep.
Spending some rage as well.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think I'll... Wait. No, wait, you said you wanted 2 rolls from us anyway, right?
Yeah.
And what would those rolls be?
Either attack or...
Yeah, your attack. Two attack rolls from each of you, please.
Okay.
No need to roll damage, just the attack rolls.
And what is the effect of rage?
The effect of rage is I'm adding extra damage for whatever rage you use.
Okay, I'm spending 1.
Okay.
Yeah, Shiva spent 1 as well.
Yeah.
If you'll allow it, Connell spends 2.
Yep, I will.
One of them, assuming you'll allow this, is to activate Razor Claws.
Ooh, yes.
And that brings another question. You said with Aaron's ability that he mentioned earlier that seen in this case was the entire assault on the facility.
Yes, it is.
Would that be the case for Razor Claws as well, which is
Absolutely,
defined as lasting a scene?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so 2 rage points. 1 to activate Razor Claws.
Yep.
And 1 to...
1 to do extra ouch. Yes.
Yep.
The dexterity bonus for being in Kreenos is 1, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it
Yes, and I forgot that on my first roll. Should I just roll another d10?
Yes, please.
Alright, I am up to 5 successes.
You're up to 5 successes, yes, and we have...
So I have 2 successes and 3 successes.
Yes.
Actually, I should ask you, John, because I'm just making assumptions here, so I don't want to make an ass out of you and me.
Sure.
I just took the 2 10s and added bonuses for my specialties because that's Tooth and Claw and I'm in Kreenos. I want to shift out of Kreenos once I've entered the facility.
Yes.
But this is not really. Do you want to permit that? Like, can I fish for that, or would I have to be specialized in kind of tactical assault or something to get that bonus here?
I'd say that would have to be, you'd need some kind of specialty for that, unfortunately.
Okay, then it's 3.
Yeah.
You always have +1 to hit with the bite, right?
Yes. Well, it's,
yes, actually, is it? Bite is difficulty 5.
Yeah, difficulty is lower on a bite.
Okay.
And if you're in Hispo, you have 1 extra die to damage.
Yeah,
so
but we don't roll damage, we just roll attacks.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if we need to specify, Shiva went for claw attacks.
Oh, I went for a bite because anything to increase the chance of hitting, right?
I think that's actually much smarter that you did that. I too rolled claw, but rolling bite is...
Okay, I'm just going to say about
the
I'm going to just point to Connell's second roll and say, praise your makers that he had successes as well.
I need to add though that the first roll was actually 5 successes because difficulty is 5 for him.
Yes, and that's no worries. But seriously, 3 1s, that would have been the botch to end all botches. Okay,
I forgot I need to make a second roll.
Actually, 6 successes. Sorry.
6. Oh, good lord! Forgive me for being the slow one again, but remind me what I'm rolling.
You're rolling Dex plus Brawl.
Always, whenever you are attacking, it's always Dex plus your combat stat every time, no exceptions.
And I believe if you haven't changed shape, you're probably in Hispo.
Yeah, we're in Hispo.
Because of jumping over the fence.
I want to say that just because what you said triggered something in my mind. I think grappling is strength plus a combat stat.
It is.
Oh my. Okay, so almost everyone. Thank you for confirming that, AJ. I would have gone insane if I just let that rattle around my brain.
Can I note something now of what Taryn does?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I spent 2 will points to have 2 automatic successes in both attacks. She spent
1 of each.
2.
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
So 3
and 4.
and 4.
Yeah, sure.
No,
actually 3 and 4 because you subtract the 1s, so it's 2 and
3.
No, it's
3. But there is still.
Yeah, then there's the willpower. So it's 3 and 4. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm probably gonna get this wrong, but I'm gonna see if I can get this right.
Oh, isn't it 3 and 3?
That's fine.
I kind of like that it's actually 29 and 29.
It's 3 and 3. It's 3 and 3. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, looks right, Chris.
Okay, and a second time.
A second
Second
one.
time, yes, please.
Oh!
No, don't worry. There's successes in there.
Yeah, it's not a
But
botch.
always roll fate.
It's not a botch. It's just a failure. No, he can't roll fate on this because he had. Oh yeah, he can actually. He can,
It's not a
sorry.
botch.
Yeah.
It's
It's not a botch. It's just a failure. So anyway, he no successes on the second one, unless you wanted to use fate.
I could do, but probably help.
Yeah, sure. Roll 2 more
Roll
dice.
2. You can do that.
Just 2 more dice.
Yeah, just 2
2
more.
more D10.
Difficulty 8, right?
7, wasn't it?
Wasn't it
For
8 for
fate?
fate?
I think it was 8 for fate,
8 for fate.
but we need
It
a
rhymes, so it must be
confirmation.
true.
No.
No successes there, but no problem.
I see 33 successes in all.
Yeah, so that is correct. And I am making a couple of rolls here. Holy shit. Okay. Good.
Yeah, we're going to die horribly.
Yep.
No, you're really not. You're really not.
We're the unbowed.
We're
Oh,
the big bad
first.
wolves.
You and some of you spent rage on top of that.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yes.
quite a
Yeah.
few of you did, and you had razor claws out as well. All right, good. As I said, there are 9 people left on the outside. So this is what happens. You jump over the fence, and in the process, you have Connell and Fenna land on the tower and ripping the femur that guards it to absolute small bloody lumps of flesh. It's really disgusting. The rest of you manage to break up the electrical supply for the fence. And as you do that, the alarm goes off. Everybody starts shouting for that we are under attack, and the Garou are here, and the damn Gaians, blah blah blah, and gunfire ensues. This is where werewolves are so fucking dangerous, because I'm going to need 2 of you to make a soak roll. 2 of you to make a soak roll. And I'll get to who that is in a moment. But while the 2 of you do that, you manage, through the extreme speed that werewolves are to exhibit, you manage on your way to the front gates or the front doors into the building. You pick off 6 more of the guards.
Wow,
Jesus.
wonderful.
That's 1 for each of us.
And kill them. There are 6 dead guards lying around on the ground outside. Only 3 in all have managed to escape this. Basically, what you guys just did is you did 42 levels of damage in all. Not all of them were at full health for whatever reason.
We can hereby conclude that 42 is indeed the answer to everything.
Yes, it was.
Did
Apparently.
Did you take into account that some of us were biting and therefore had another die?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So
Were-
6
Yes.
people were dispatched.
We wipe out 6 guys on our way to the front entrance.
Yes,
It's pretty cool.
you. Instead of spending an entire, or at least half an evening on rolling initiative for that, I thought this is a quicker way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
I think actually, go on.
sure.
Let's
I
finish
do
this.
need-
I want to bring up a point after it.
Yeah, I do need 2 of you to make a soak roll, because they do actually manage to shoot a couple of you.
Yep, who's gonna
I
roll?
need, let me see. The first one is Shiva, and the second one is Taryn.
Can I spend a willpower to take it instead of Shiva as part of like Aaron's
Yes.
body blocking?
Yes, you can. I'll let you do that.
Plus
Do you
2.
just shove me out of the way and take a bullet for me?
Yep. Hey,
A bullet for you.
there's say what you want about the Aaron and Shiva thing that's going on, but he is not. It's not just that, he is also an Arun.
Okay, so you take a bullet for her, but would you also catch a grenade?
Darling, I would catch a grenade for you.
He would die for her.
So, Taran, were those you got more than 4 dice to soak with, I hope.
No, I'm in this bow. I have 2 stamina.
True. All right, well, you soak 3.
Ow.
You soak 3 health levels.
Ow.
That means you take 3 health levels of damage. Ooh, ouch, Aaron, that is going to be painful.
Yep.
Potentially painful. What is it about you and taking oodles of damage?
Can I remind you what I'm always saying
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, heavens to Betsy. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah.
Maybe we do need to make bear our totem.
You take 5 health levels of damage.
All right.
Shit.
However, these are lethal damage. They're not aggravated.
I'm just going to change that X to a dash instead.
I love the way that you make lethal sound less important than aggravated damage.
It is.
It's much more important.
You can heal it. That's a lot better.
Yes, but
I'm back to full health in 12 seconds.
well, yeah, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying that when you compare the 2 words, aggravated and lethal, which sounds more important?
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
Aggravated.
And what I'm then going to say is that when you get to the front doors, you throw them open, you look into the plant itself, and we're going to get back to that next time.
Wonderful.
I fucking
Just
knew it.
on the count of 23.
Yeah.
Yep.
We did okay. We did good with that one.
Yeah, you did. Even with the technical difficulties we had tonight, you did good.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll explain my reason for bowing out once the recording stopped.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
perfectly all right.
It's perfectly okay. You had, you get 2 XP for tonight.
And I took no damage because I'm
What did you say? How much?
2.
2.
Wonderful. All right, so we're up to 30 experience total.
Yep.
Yes.
I feel so experienced.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are. This is a decent amount of experience we've gotten.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow.
and I guess that the only thing we can say to that is, next week we're going to have quite a lot of us in the same room, so we hope that the echo issue isn't going to be too big, but we will get back to that once we get there next week.
Oh yeah, Chris, bring a headset if you can.
I will. I've got the headset I'm wearing on at the moment. So
Good.
Wonderful.
And
Alright.
yeah,
Right.
Anyone else want to make any final points before we wrap up the recording?
I should have learned Mother's Touch before we went here.
Well, it appeared that we were under time constraints to prevent Liffey from dying. So I think everyone will forgive you for not having the gift.
yeah.
Way to learn it. And then Liffey yelled, "Help me!" And we went to help.
I think in the brief, very, very, very expanded second in which she's being pushed aside, Shiva will be thinking a lot of things.
That makes all kinds of sense.
Why do I have a feeling that it would be like the moment we always see in the Deadpool movies, where everything slows down, and he has this talk with himself, like a monologue, telling what went wrong in right that second, and it's just her thoughts through it all.
No, you know what it is? It's it's a complete slowdown, right? It's like extreme slow motion as she kind of like drops sideways, and then eventually the movie frame just completely stops, like it's a teleprompter kind of movie, and we just see Shiva in casual wear sitting on a director's chair saying, "Hi, I'm Shiva Nebreen. So in this scene..."
Well, she's got a whole week to consider what's going through her head until next time, but I think we should probably say goodnight and see you next week.
Yeah, what's up, Helle?
It could also be Emperor's New Groove style.
Yeah.
Yeah, start drawing.
With marker.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up for now. So thank you very much for joining us for this episode of A Song of Tara, and we'll be back next week with more stuff when we assault this icky fortress of watery putrefaction assness. Join us for that, and see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.